Hey guys, it's Josh at Cardinal Offroad, and today I'm going to show you how to take the fan off your vehicle. I'll be working on my 01 Jeep TJ. The reason I'm taking mine off is because I'm doing away with it and going with a new radiator and electric fans. Sometimes these fans can kind of be a pain, so I'm going to show you an easy way to take these things off. And you probably got all the tools in your garage, you just don't know it. So before I show you this video, make sure you guys subscribe to my YouTube channel, check out my other videos on my Jeep, and don't forget to hit that thumbs up. The tools that you're going to need for the job: a hammer, doesn't have to be this specific one, like a mini sledgehammer will work perfect. You want something with a little bit of weight to it. A chain, when it comes to chain, you want something fairly small, and I'll show you that here why in a little bit. You don't want nothing with real big lengths in it. You don't necessarily need anything this long, but this is all I had, so that's what I'm going to use. Adjustable or pipe wrench. Something that will get around the nut for the fan. So if you have wrenches that big, that'll work as well. And then you're going to get a couple wrenches. I can't tell you the exact sizes because it depends on the vehicle. I believe mine are 1/2 inch and 5/8. So, and I'll show you what we're going to do those here in a little bit. Once you have all the tools, it's time to get started. Okay, so step one, got the belt off. It's pretty simple to do. If you don't know how to do that, let's see if I can get it down right here. This is the tensioner right here, and if you'll notice right there, it has a spot to put a ratchet. So you'll stick your 1/2 inch ratchet in there, and then you will push on it, and this is going to move, which is going to release the tension on the belt. It's very simple. I think every vehicle I've ever had is pretty much the same concept. So they usually use a ratchet to get them off. So just gotta look for that little square box. Get that off, take your belt off. The next step we're gonna wanna do, I've already loosened it, this top pulley here, you're gonna wanna take that off. And I will tell you why here in a minute, if I can get it off. And then once you get it off, you're gonna pull it off. Now you have two choices. You can use this bolt, which is what I'm gonna do. I'm not really concerned about it. There's a chance you could bend this bolt depending on how tight that fan is. We're gonna give it a try. If I bend it, then I'll go get a new one. I'm just gonna go ahead and stick that back in there just for now so I don't lose it. The next step I'm gonna do, I've already loosened this very top one, I think. You're gonna take one of the 4 bolts right here that's holding this pulley on that the fan is behind. So now we have our 2 bolts, and we also have our chain. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take this small bolt, and I am going to run it through the last link. And now the reason I'm doing this is just so it's a little easier, you don't have this stuff in the way. So I'm gonna start with this one. This would probably be one of the better bolts to buy if you're gonna buy one, only because it's kind of short. It's gonna be a little difficult to get it started back in there, but it is doable. So I'm gonna go ahead, maybe. There we go. I'm gonna go ahead and put this bolt back in. Doesn't have to be super tight. You shouldn't really have to. If you want to use a wrench, you can to get a little bit tighter, but you shouldn't really have to. So now that's attached to the fan. Next thing we do is take this big bolt, stick it through a link. You want to stick it through the closest link you can so you don't have a lot of slack in there. And then I'm going to just run this in maybe about 6 times or so. You don't want it in real far. You kind of want it in line with the bolt on the fan pulley. So now I got that done. So I'm going to turn this around. Maybe get this belt out of the way. Right there. So right there is on a dead stop. Next thing I'm going to do, take this pipe wrench. You can use just an adjustable as well. I'm going to fit this on the big nut. And when you're taking this fan off, it's not reverse threads or anything, so lefty loosey, righty tighty. I'm gonna put this on here, just like so. And now I'm gonna take a hammer, give it a few whacks, and hopefully it's gonna break loose. A good tip, when you're hitting something like this with a hammer and you're trying to break it loose, don't just go like this. Give that thing a really good hit, and you have a lot better chance of breaking this loose. Okay. So that took about 4 hits. Once you're going to feel it break loose, once it does, we're going to go ahead and take these bolts off with the chain, get them out of the way. Now some may be easier than this, some actually might be harder. That bolt's pretty tight. There we go. So once you got that done, you take the chain out. The only thing left to do now is just take this fan off. So what you can actually do is hold on to this fan. You should be able to, you gotta watch it when you turn that. You wanna make sure, get this stupid bell out the damn way. You gotta watch that nut and make sure that it is actually turning. And then you should be able to just hold this fan and then just turn that pulley. And you watch those threads, they should be coming out. But you gotta watch it because sometimes that nut, here we go.